The emerald in her heart gleamed with warmth. The sunlight saw it and beamed towards it. The deer came and she stretched her hands towards the hares that jumped around in the sunlit glade. The grass smelled, the birds sang, and the forest was seething of life around the peaceful oasis. In her heart there was the beloved and a love that made the ground blush and the birds turn waltz in the air currents. She laughed and saw the beloved in front. She said, the birds sing so beautiful in your love. He said, your hair sparkles as if a stream of the sun has landed in it. She said, my arms shivers from longing. He said, your kisses fills my blood with strength. She said, you love me as an instrument that only you can play. He said, the music your kisses sing in my blood intoxicates me. She said, the birds blush and the sun dazzles in our love. The beloved stayed together in the sunlit glade, and it was a soft music that was sounded in the completely sunlit and blissful glade. The lovers set up a picnic in the damp and shivering grass, and they ate from the fruits and drank from the wine that made their kisses warm and filled with longing. He said, you have been a missing piece of me throughout my life. She said, I have always wanted a man like you. He said, our days are beautiful and free of worries. She said, our love melts tears and awakens to life in our breath. Their eyes beamed by a special light, and they gazed at each other, and they played and they made love, and they were as happy as only children can be. And he said, you're giving me new life, and my blood flames by your warmth. She said, you are warming my heart, so that the emerald in it flames and opens to invite you. The lovers were like children, curious and re-questioning after the sweetness of life. And he saw the emerald, and he said, your eyes are glittering as the emerald that beams around you and make me all green from love. She said, I can hardly see you in the beaming light while your hands touch me. He said, the light of the emerald kisses me so that I melt in your love and make me forgotten in my own thoughts. She said, your warm blood awakens me. The lovers lit up the glade with their love, and the blood sang a new melody, and it was so beautiful, and the deers blushed, and the hares was moved to tears, and all the animals in the forest was gathered to see the miracle of love, and the lovers kissed each other under the still beaming sun and the still green grass, and they opened the gate, and there was the Emerald City, and they said, there is a landscape in our hearts that are made of emeralds, and that brighten us from inside, and where we have allies with those that lived before, and always wishes well upon us. He said, your greenery has released us and opened the door to the miracle. And she said, we are the miracle that love longs to love itself into. He said, my my years are gone, and my veins are shimmering with life. She said the money are falling off the trees in our love, and the stream water are well enough to drink. He said, we are belonging in the arms of each other. She said love has taken us to a special place. He said we came to a glade of emeralds and crystals. She said the crystals are throwing the colors of the rainbow over the glade, but behind it all the green light is constantly streaming, and in it, that light, we become whole and recovered all the way into ourselves and into our bones. He said the healing light are bathing us as if we are ducks in our little pond. She said, in your warmth I become real, my blood comes to life. He said, I cannot see you, I can only see your mouth talk from a light where you're supposed to stand. She said, you're beaming green as the emerald, your hands are all green, and I'm trembling to life by your touch. He said the sun cannot compare itself with your light. She said your love gives the earth life, paints the glade green, and gathers the animals to drink from the beacons of happiness that are sipping forth in the soil where you walk across. The lovers were a special pair, and they were always as happy and always as in love with a love that gushed from an eternal source, as the animals came to drink from, and that the glade was surrounded by, and that the earth and the sun witnessed together, and the angels came to see. The unicorns came galloping all over the rainbows in their love, and he said, in your hands the water turns to wine, and I'm intoxicated by your smile. He said, in your eyes the emerald turns to life and becomes real, and opens the gates of love for us. The stars trod stardust over them, and the sun became warm by their kisses, and the earth lifted them to the sky and cradled them over clothes, as if they were her love children. The lovers laughed and thrived, and the trees came to see them, and the birds came, and the ocean came to see them, and it was a wonderful love that all enjoyed, and none was without, and all had enough. And their love was more than love, and their happiness more than happiness, and their enjoyment more enjoyable than they could imagine. And such was their days, and the earth was so happy to see her love children, and they were a fantastic pair in their green clothes and glittering eyes, and surrounded by butterflies that shivered by reverence at the sight of their gaze at each other, and their care for each other, and the inner peace that they radiated towards earth.